Okay, yay, hi!
Hi, my cousin.
My cousin.
I miss you.
I miss you too. It's so
How
nice to be talking with you.
This is amazing. How was,
Mhm.
your day? You went on a bike ride today?
I did go on a bike ride today. It was such a lovely time. I also got so sunburnt yesterday, so I was, like, bike riding, but also versus the sun.
How
So but it was
long
fine.
sleeve shirt?
Long sleeve shirt,
Okay,
sunscreen under the shirt,
naturally.
um, and just a lot of grin and bear it.
Worth it.
Worth
Worth it.
it. No, it was so nice. Super, super nice. 10 out of 10 recommend. E-bikes? I'm, like, slightly nervous, but why?
I know, I'm like, do we have to, like, carry a conversation? But, like, we
But no, we're just talking to each other,
Exactly.
which we
Um,
don't get to do enough and we wanna do all the time anyway.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we have good things to say.
What is our relationships to each other?
That's a great question. So,
Thank you.
first and foremost, we are cousins, not
Mhm.
best friends.
No. I
No.
literally put I literally wrote down, "Liz is my cousin." And though although some would want us to be best friends, we're just
We're
cousins.
just cousins. Yeah, because you know what? And I think so here's the story behind that. When Evie and I were younger, our older sisters would always say like, "No, you guys are best friends." And we're like, "No, we're
No.
cousins." And, like, for us, cousins had more weight to it, I think. It was
Cousin
like
Trump's best friend.
exactly. It
She's
was
my family.
yes, yeah.
Ugh,
We're we're more than best friends, like, it's like a connection
it's
in a different
blood.
it's blood. It literally is blood. Um, but in, like, actuality, we were best friends. We
Yeah,
really were each other's person.
100%.
Yes.
I think each other's person is exactly what I would say. Like, since we were little babies, we were just joined at the hips.
Yeah, like, truly. And we have some pictures, but a lot of memories of, like, just family functions, and, like, we literally were each other's like, we were just together constantly. And I'd say you like, growing up, you knew me better than anyone. Like, you were like, I could just be completely myself. Like, when I was, like, grumpy or, um, I don't know, mean, like, it didn't matter, and, like, I could be those things towards you, and you, like, understood, you know? Like, I could, like,
Exactly.
and vice versa too.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. I'm
Yeah.
just, like, imagining, like, we both have a bunch of siblings, and I feel like when our brothers were mean to us, like,
Yep.
we knew what the other was going through, and we just weathered the storm by each other's sides.
Yep. Yep.
We
Even, like, when
played
one of us
together.
we played together, even when one of us was, like, being sassy, like, we would just, like, throw it back, you know? Like
Yeah. I
yeah.
would say I can be as mean to you as my sister. Like, I could be
Yes. Yes.
and we were sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
me and you got into fights, and I feel like that's the sign of true love.
Exactly. And, like, deep down, we always knew, like, it, like, didn't matter.
It wasn't unsettling to be
I remember a time when I think we were either, like, middle school, like, 8th grade, like, older middle school or high school, and you were at my house, and we were so annoyed at each other, I just, like, locked you out of my room.
yes.
Like, at the same time so you were just, like, chilling in my hallway
I
of,
was
like,
just but I
family
was
members.
like, "Chill."
You were chill,
I
and,
was
like,
like,
we were, like,
"Liz
laughing
locked
about
me out.
it.
It
Exactly.
happens."
Like, family members were walking by, and you're just like, "Yeah, yeah, Liz locked
Yeah,
me out."
she's just not feeling her best right now. She needs some time. It's
Meanwhile, like,
okay.
we knew how funny it was in the moment, but
No,
it was still was, like, real, like, annoyance. So I was like, "We just need
we
I
need
just
some
we need
space,
some space."
but
Like,
not
it
that
was
much
funny.
space. Like, don't go home. Like, sit out in the hall. I'll call you when I'm ready. Like, don't
Really?
go home. You don't do that.
No, 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 I do still need you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
just like 20 minutes. Give me an hour. I don't
exactly,
know.
exactly. And, like, we knew we would laugh about it.
Yeah. There were
Like,
times when I would get dropped off at your house, like, before you had woken up, and we just, like, knew how to be in each other's lives from waking to sleeping.
yeah,
Like, I knew to, like, whether or not it was a good time to, like, wake you up. Sometimes I would just go in your bedroom and, like, grab a book, sit at the end of your bed, and just read until you woke
yeah.
up.
And if you did wake me up too early,
I'd
I'd
get
just, like I'd
told
let you
off.
know. Yeah,
Yeah, and
exactly,
that's okay.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun times growing up. We had some good
Yeah.
memories.
We did it all together. We did
Yeah.
basketball camp, Irish step dancing. What else did we do? Right.
Else.
Did we do that
Oh,
writing, that creative writing workshop in the 4th grade
I don't remember that. Did we?
with Rita Brown?
Oh my god.
I think about that all the time.
Do you?
Yes,
I think
because that was my first time I was complimented on my writing, so, it's in
oh, of
there.
course you think about that all the time. I think maybe I blocked it out because I hate writing.
That, makes no sense. You're so good at it.
Damn.
Well, I don't know, in my head, you're great
I
at
just
writing.
remember in English class in one of the high school years, we had to journal for the first 10 minutes or something at the start of each class, just
Yeah,
free write. And I was just I'm I
3rd
don't
grade.
know what to say. High school, 3rd grade. Wow.
Probably both.
But
Probably
I
all
was
of it.
I don't know what to write, da da da, and just kinda run through the morning. But I'm this is dumb. It made
I
me
think I found that notebook, in my mom's attic not too long ago, or something like that, and, they're hilarious because
oh,
it's,
the
the prompts were, "What's
bits.
the weather like today? What's the temp?" And then, your thought, and
Yes.
mine was always "It's as cold as a snowbank in Vermont, and it's 31 degrees, and my neighbor just had a baby." Random.
I would love to go back and read some of my entries.
It's, concerning.
Yeah.
It's
Mine
yeah.
would be very dry, I think.
I think
But
they'd be a lot funnier than you think.
I'm sure I would laugh hysterically. Sure. But yeah.
Uh,
And then now we're long distance
we
besties.
are. We
We
are. Well, we
are
we did live together in college.
we did
We did in
this
those
time.
years. But
Yes,
yeah, now we're long distance. We've been long distance not ever since living together, but kind of,
kind of.
because I moved to from. Well, where do you live? Where did we grow up?
Well, we grew up in New Jersey,
Yes, we
good old
did.
New Jersey. I'm still here. I'm literally 5 minutes from where I grew up. Um,
Wow.
and we lived in for those of you New Jersey folks, we lived in Morristown, New Jersey for a while.
Mhm.
My dad grew up there, and my nannery, my grandma, still lived there, and she was 97, I think, when we moved in. But basically there's a Rio in the background.
She's
Spooky
a new
joy.
mom. You have to
Yeah.
cut her some slack.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
Rio.
it's Billy Fawcett. Um, we moved in. The whole idea was that it was a very independent lady. Loved her house and everything. And it was just a small, cute little house in Morristown, New Jersey, but that was her home and she really cared for it and loved it. But she was 97 years old. So it came up the opportunity to move in. It was me, Evie, and then our good friend, and we were both in college, and so we commuted from Morristown, and the 3 of us lived upstairs. There was 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. That was the upstairs. Evie and I, of course, ended up sharing a bedroom at one point.
We tried not to for about 2 weeks, and then we were like, "This is
Yeah,
dumb."
we quickly shared the bigger room. Um And yeah, it was the best time. So we were there with her at night and not as much during the day 'cause we were in classes, but really someone just needed to be there at night and then she had visitors and people come to stay with her. And that lasted maybe 2.5 years. 2
Yeah.
years? 2.5?
I think we moved in around, 2015, and
Yeah.
then
We
because then we
graduated from school
graduated in
there.
2017,
Yeah, and we lived there
so
a
that
little
feels
bit
right.
longer than that.
What do you think Evie and Liz living in Morristown during our college years would think about Evie and Liz right now?
I think they'd be proud of us.
Aw.
I don't know if they'd be surprised or not by our
Yeah.
kids, you know?
I think it would be so yeah, I don't know. You have a baby named Rio.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. I think I had almost bigger, grander dreams for myself, but at the same
Mm.
time, this was my actual dream, you know? Like
Yeah.
house, a husband, and a baby.
You have a house, a husband, and a baby.
Yeah. And a cousin.
Morristown, Liz shared a bed with her cousin and woke up at 4 every morning. That was when that began,
Oh
when your
god.
trainer
Yeah.
life began. I remember being like, this is a crazy semester for you, and then it never stopped. You just never stopped waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I think I killed more than a couple brain cells. But yeah, for I studied exercise science at Montclair State University, which is where I met my current husband, my only husband, my brother husband.
Andrew, you're the current husband.
He also studied exercise science. But yeah, and then we both became personal trainers. He loves it. I liked it, still like it, but don't love it, especially because if you're a personal trainer, the hours are egregious. They, if you train someone at 5 a.m., yeah, 5 a.m. is early, but like if you're training someone at 5 a.m., you're not even the person working out at 5 a.m. They wake up maybe at 4:30. You're waking up at like 3:30 or 4 so that you can get to your gym place of work. And also, if you're training someone at 5, you're most likely training someone at 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. So it's not like you get like many breaks. So you have to be ready to go for the entire day before you even see your first client, or in my case, clients. I did small group personal training, and still do, but part-time and in the evenings now that I have a child. But anyway, yes, you're waking up like not even 4 a.m., like 3:30 a.m., honestly.
Mm.
If you're lucky, you can start at 6 and sleep in a little bit. But yeah, it's a tough one. And then also, you're usually are training people in the evening too. So it's just like a long day.
No, I could never. I have always kind of like, I feel like I should have also been a trainer at like, that would have been I think like a good structure for me job wise as well. Or like, I don't know. I feel like, but the thing that holds me back since graduating college, since getting married up till now is the schedule. Like, I just can't
Yeah. And
really
you have firsthand experience, like look at it, because that's what I did.
exactly from
Yeah.
start to well, not finish, but like from
I
start to
think
where you are now. Like, yeah,
yes, yeah. And you like waking up early.
I do.
You like working out early,
I do.
but it's different in a way, like when you can't have like a morning routine really. You just kind of like
Yeah.
wake up, you eat and you go. If you have, prepped food the day before, it's not like you're like cooking eggs at 4. Some people do, but
No,
I never.
it's a lot.
Yeah, so I think that's with like I really, really like my sleep. Like I'm definitely someone who needs a lot of sleep. So like I would crash hard at the end of every single week. Like
Yeah.
hard crash, catch up, like take like a 3-hour nap on a Friday and feel like somewhat okay. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I did that for a long time.
Yeah. You
Longer
were
than
showing
I
up.
liked, but here we are.
Yeah. A lot of times of Liz showing up just being like, I'm so sorry. I am so tired, but I'm here. And you've got me until 9.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That
that's
is
it.
one thing I learned, especially when you graduate college and you're just like not seeing your friends every day, and even high school, you're not seeing your friends every day, like because you have to. And then you realize, like, as you become an adult, oh, you have to make an effort. And like everyone's jobs are tiring. Like when you start working a 9 to 5 or whatever job you end up doing, like it's tiring. It's end of the week and you're tired. But I realize like it's always, always worth it. Maybe I'd say like 95% of the time to just eat the tiredness and show up and see people, because I think back now, like we've done so much and we've traveled a lot, but like even just like hanging out with friends, I've made such good relationships. A lot of it is thanks to Andrew, because he's like this too. We definitely prioritize it.
Mm-hmm.
But um it's always worth it to show up, because in a few years time, you don't remember how tired you were, but like you remember the time you had. And
Yeah.
that's definitely important to remember.
Yeah. Yes. Someone, I think it was Marisa Gallic, I think Connor's aunt. told me this like one of the last times we were home, like maybe Christmas time or Thanksgiving, and she just like mentioned something that she was going to the next day because making small talk, whatever. I'm like, what did you do today? What are you doing tomorrow? And that sounds intense, but what are you doing? Um,
What is
tell
your
me your plans. What's your itinerary? Small talk. I'm really good
all
at
intense stuff?
that. I'll hit you with it.
My
Just
eyes
try
roll.
me. But whatever. And she told me she was going to like some of like maybe like Fran's nieces, whatever, or her brothers, whatever. Someone's recital of something. And I was like, oh wow, like that's amazing. You can like get to that event, and she has many kids. And I was like, wow, you have like time to do that. And she was like, you know what? I just kind of decided like I want to be the person who shows up. I want to just like be the person. If I can make it there, I will make it there. And she said it's just like so matter of fact. I was like, that's very nice. I was like, you know what? That I think I agree. I think I would like to adopt that thought where it's just like, because I feel like I went through a phase recently of like learning how to say no, setting boundaries. Like if I don't want to do something, I don't need to do something. Like in a social setting of like I've just been around more people who have a lot of social boundaries and a lot of like, and that's how they like to live their lives. And I've kind of like tested that out a little bit because I feel like we've come from big families. We come from a lot of social obligations and a lot of things like that. And they're just kind of understood like you should be there. And like if you can be there, be there. And so I was like experimenting with this, like, you know what? If I don't want to go and talk to people I don't know very well for 3 hours, I don't need to go. But I feel like now I'm like, that's not exactly me. That's not exactly how I want to be. I actually do want to show up for people who they don't need to mean the world to me, but like showing up is inherently a good thing to do, even if it's for
Yeah.
like an hour or two or just
Yeah.
to say you did. And like I think that's easier when I don't live around my family, but if I did, I think that would be an easier thing to do. Here it's like, all right, you're going to go show up for someone you met last week.
Right.
um
Yeah, true. I think that's
so
part of being from a big family is you're used to doing things because you have to.
yeah.
Like, you don't really have a choice in the matter. Like, "Oh,
Nope.
we're going to, like, your brother's basketball game,
Yeah.
this event." You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
you just go as a family. It's not like you, like, get a choice in the matter. You just it's like you don't even question that you have a choice. It's just like,
Especially if you have younger siblings, like it's
Mhm.
also then like you're not guilted, but you're like pressured to be like, make sure you show up for them. And you're like, I was gonna, but
Yeah.
now that you've told me that, I don't really want to. But okay.
Yeah,
um,
you're, like, learning how to be an adult and make your own choices, but you're like, "Well, I do have a lot of little siblings to show up for that apparently I need to."
you're like,
But
I'm
it's a
actually a
nice
mother. I'm only 21, but I'm a mom.
thing. Literally.
Like I've been born a
Uh,
mother. My son's
literally.
6 years younger than me.
Just to touch on, I don't think where do you live right now? Why are we long distance
Why
besties?
are we long distance? Well, when me and my husband Connor got married, we decided we wanted to move away from the great state of New Jersey, even though I love New
I don't
Jersey.
know why,
Hand to
but
heart.
I do know why.
God bless New Jersey. God bless the country of New Jersey.
Yes.
Um,
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know. We decided to leave New Jersey because we wanted to try out something new, to build a relationship away from the support systems that we had for whatever reason. And we moved to Puerto Rico. So I live on La Isla del Encanto,
Oh,
the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And estoy
oh.
aprendiendo español, pero necesito practicar más.
Mm,
But yeah, we
we'll be
live
there.
in Puerto Rico. We've been living here for 4 years and some change. We are not Act 60, if you know, you know. We're not Act 20. We're not Act whatever. We don't get the rich people tax cuts. It's not why we live here. Um, we just moved here on a whim with like 4 suitcases. We didn't even know if we would stay very long. We didn't know what the plan was. But we first landed in Isabela, lived there for like 3 months. Then we went up to Comoy, lived there for about 3 months. Thought we would go closer to San Juan, but realized the metro area wasn't really for us. Headed back down to Aguada, where we lived for almost 2 years. And now we live in Rincon with many other expats. Yes, I know the reputation that Rincon has. But we love it very much. We just fell in love with the people and the culture and the way of life here. It's hard to imagine living anywhere else now. I really thought we would only be here for like 2 years or even a year. Like, I don't really know. Had so much to learn when we moved here. I thought like my view of Puerto Rico, which like there was no view of Puerto Rico. I had never been, never visited, had no idea what we were coming into. I mean, the only reason I did know about Puerto Rico and anything at all was knowing Puerto Ricans who lived in Jersey and the Bronx, etc. And yeah, I don't know. We just made the leap and we have built a cute little life here.
You have built a very nice little life there for yourselves.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
In huge part to the Puerto Ricans here who have welcomed us and helped us set up a life here and taught us how to survive the blackouts and the power outages and the hurricanes and everything. And yeah, it's a super interesting time to be living, I think, in somewhere that's technically a territory of the US and in a time when the US is, loving the idea of war.
Yeah.
And in a place where like the US doesn't want to support but also takes advantage of. Like the rate of Puerto Ricans who are in the military is crazy. The amount of military bases we have here in Puerto Rico. I don't know. Not to get political, but
Well, how it always.
it's a fascinating place to live for many reasons. But there's so much to learn. I think my worldview I think I am who I am today, certainly because I moved here.
Yeah.
It's really taught me a lot about the world, about people, about myself. Would recommend moving away from wherever you've lived at least once in your lives.
Yeah, definitely. I can't speak on that because I have only lived in New Jersey. I talked a big game about moving away, but we never did. We're like the opposite,
I
where
don't think I ever thought I would move away.
I like love that you did.
Yeah.
Well, side note, what's funny about Evie's husband Connor is he loves like cold places. He gets hot so easily, and then loves Puerto Rico.
It is hilarious. I really thought we'd end up like in like Alaska, which still could. Who knows?
Right. Who knows?
But yeah, it is funny. It is funny.
I feel like Andrew, my husband, his mom is Puerto Rican, a New Yorker-rican, if that. What did you say? New Yorker-rican?
New Yorican.
New Yorican. I was like, I'm getting something, a syllable off there.
Yeah.
And then his dad is Cuban. Was born in Cuba and came here when he was 13, I think. But I feel like as the older I get, like I said, we had a brutal winter here in New Jersey. So I'm like, my goal is to go somewhere warm for like a couple weeks, if not a month next winter. We'll see if that happens. But like number one would be Rincon. Like it's the best. It's such a cool spot. We obviously love going to visit you guys. And we're actually going in October for Andrew's, for TT Evelyn's birthday. And she also loves Rincon, of all places. So it's perfect. We'll get to see you guys there. But yeah, I'm like, I feel like I would love to be somewhere warm, but like, I don't know, like circumstances, like we're just here. We have like, obviously our families are here. And then we have a really good friend group from college, Montclair State. And like, it's just like would be so hard to give that up because we spent a lot of time in our 20s. Like COVID hit in 2020 and we were 25? I think 24.
Yeah, we were 25. Because I got married in 2021 and I was 26, turning 27.
Yes, same.
Yeah, we got married.
Also our timelines.
Yeah.
Engaged a week apart.
Literally, I mean, we were joined at the hip for most of our lives. And then we got engaged a week apart. And then we got married a few months apart. I wrote in one of our creative writing things, I did write a story where we had a double wedding. And it was so close to coming true.
I know, we debated it for a second, but that would have been way too massive of a wedding.
Or we could have just eloped together on the same day.
Yes. Oh, that would have been nice. I think I would have been murdered by a certain someone.
You would not have survived. I would have also died fighting by your
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, but anyway, I feel like we spent so much time in our 20s, we built such strong friendships. And for me, these were like new friendships. Like I'm so close with everyone we grew up with because we grew up in like a tight community.
Mm.
So I'm so close with everyone we grew up with. So for me, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm making like new friends who I'm also really close to. Like this is an amazing thing. Like I haven't like I don't know, I didn't never like had that in college. I always commuted to school. So anyway, and like it's like nice. And now like we just have this like core group where we really make an effort to see each other. And yeah, it would definitely be hard to leave. And that's why we
Yeah.
are here still. And like we love it, but I would love to like travel more and like
Yeah.
spend extended periods of time in
I
other
feel
places.
like those kinds of things, they take some effort, but they also like there's always some kind of triggering event that sets it in motion. Like Connor and I were always going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So we came here and we just happened to like not leave and then happened to meet the right people at the right time and happened to just like it just all I was gonna say unraveled, but that's not true. It just unfolded the way it did because I don't know. I don't know why. So like if you guys were to get an opportunity, that set up a little bit of a longer stay somewhere, you would take
Yeah.
advantage. Or you
Yeah.
wouldn't. Who knows?
Yeah. It's true. Like life is definitely a series of choices and like you can look back and follow whatever. But I do think also like you can like setting goals is a good thing. I don't love setting goals, but like
Same.
maybe goals is not the right word, but like I like having like an idea of like things I want to do at some point. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I definitely
What
do
do
want to
you not like about goals? Tell me.
oh, I just feel like this is gonna sound a little ridiculous, but I just feel like it's so like patriarchal. Like, oh, let's set a goal and like accomplish it and finish it and like
Like why? Why would I do that?
why would I
Give
do
me a
that?
good reason.
Exactly. Like I think more in the terms of like I don't like rigidness
Yeah.
and that to me a goal is like very rigid and I understand like the purpose of it and like people who set goals and achieve big things it's like they're driven and I just think I'm a very type B person and goals
Same.
are a little too type A for me.
How do we get our dreams, Liz, as type B people? What are we
We just
going to do?
manifest them.
We manifest them? Okay,
Yes.
I have you do you believe in manifestation? This is like the second time you've said this.
Okay, I've been
Explain yourself.
I've been on my feed getting a lot more like woo-woo things on my feed.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's
Can you
showing.
tell? No, what I do really
Do
think
I
part of
want you to be my business partner? Manifestation?
nothing better, baby. No, here's a story about manifestation that I
Okay.
didn't even know was manifesting. So
Wow.
we bought our home. It's 5 minutes from where I grew up. And when we bought it, Celine was like, oh my gosh, I feel like you manifested this. You always said you wanted to like live in like one of these houses in this town that we live in. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I, like, don't even remember that." She's like, "Yeah, you talked about it all the time." I was like, I remember, like, wanting that,
Well,
and,
you
like, I
do
never
house
thought it
tours all the
happened.
time, for
What?
sure. Like, you love to drive around and check out houses. That's, like,
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
our number one thing we did together on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly. Yeah, the best times.
In our previous life.
New Jersey's great for that, honestly.
It's true.
But when Andrew and I were looking for a house or even, like, talking about houses, we literally, like, always said it's like, "I don't care if it's, like, a big house, a small house, kinda like a small house with potential to expand,
Mhm.
but, like, I want a nice property, I want a cool property, like, a big yard," and we're like, "It'd be really dope to have a separated garage, we could do a whole garage gym," and we talk about, like, we wanna have people over on Saturdays, do, like, big group workouts together. And then, like,
Elizabeth, you gotta
barbecue,
silence your
grill
phone.
outside, and, like, literally, when we saw this house, it's this town that is 5 minutes from where I grew up that I love, and a separate garage, cute, like, small little house, but it has so much potential,
No,
like, we have so many things that we wanna do,
it's so cute.
and it has a really big yard, it's half an acre, and there's a river in the back, which is so just, like, nice, I'm, like, so excited to
No.
kayak this spring, summer. And it's just funny. Like I remember we're standing in the garage and we're looking at each other like, this is exactly what we talked about. Like exactly. And
It's
like we
crazy.
always said we never wanted a fixer-upper, but like would be cool to like make the house our own. This house wasn't a fixer-upper, but like it needed some fixing up. It
Yeah.
was like the walls were turquoise blue. There was a carpet that I don't even know how old it was that definitely
Not a
smelled a bit.
carpet. Yeah.
Yeah, so we like ripped up the carpet. We did a lot. And like it's just like so cute now and we love it. And again, like has the potential that we want. So
Okay. I'm manifesting a sun-soaked yard with a porch, wooden
yes.
steps, crisp air.
Mm,
Mm, mm-mm.
yeah.
I would love to live in like upstate New York,
Oh yeah, that would be
Vermont,
nice.
Maine. I
Vermont.
really
Oh
want to
yeah.
go to Maine. Maine is calling me lately. I don't know what it is. The longer I live on the island, like you said, warm weather, but like you don't understand how much I crave seasons. Like
Yeah.
it becomes like I remember the first um like winter we spent here, I was very confused because my seasonal depression, which I don't really have, but like it was like I wanted to be sad and I couldn't figure out where to put it. I was like, I'm not cold. It's not dark out. Well, actually, it gets dark here really early all the time. But like, I don't know. It was really weird. But not to take away from your manifestation. Congrats on manifesting your manifest.
Manifestation?
I don't know, I
Mhm.
lost it. Congrats on manifesting your dream home.
Oh,
um, that's incredible, impressive.
I know. Makes me believe in it more.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then you manifested this podcast, right?
I did. In a way. Um, how did I manifest? Well, it's funny because I said that I wanted to I had the Rio, my baby, my 4-month-old, in November, and it was a rough winter here in New Jersey. It was cold, cold, cold. It was dark. I feel like daylight savings just you I don't know, somehow you always forget how dark it is and how short the days are.
Mm,
And I was postpartum, and it was kind of brutal the first, like, month. Like, I would remember I'd be, like, pacing the front door waiting for the light to come out. Abby was home for Thanksgiving and she came to me in Rio. And as soon as she came in, I was like, here's the baby, bundle up, we're going outside. Full mental breakdown had
it
to
was really sweet.
and then
I honestly I look at that moment as like, "Aw." Like, I'm so glad I
and
got to see you break down.
Andrew
Like,
like had something. I think he had like
he
work
was
or
working, I
something.
think, yeah. Or like a
Yeah, like he was
meeting.
like finishing up something like that. And Evie was home for Thanksgiving. So it was like a couple days after Thanksgiving. Rio was like barely a week old. And you came in. And I was like holding it together until you got there. Like as soon as I saw you, couldn't hold it together anymore. Just like,
Yeah,
I need to be outside. Obviously, like bundle up. And luckily, we have like a very cute front porch, 2 little
yeah,
rocking chairs. So we just, yeah, had a session, talked about birth and everything, and just let out a lot of emotions,
yeah.
which was very needed.
It was very
It was
sweet.
funny. He walked in the door immediately. Here's the baby. You're
Yeah.
not coming in. Don't take your coat off.
Don't
Turn
take your
back
coat off.
around.
In
You're
fact,
going
I'm
to
gonna
get
drape a
outside.
bunch of blankets over you. Let me know if the baby starts to freeze. Um,
Exactly.
and that's it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Connor was just like chilling inside. I was like,
Oh,
Connor, use
yeah.
the Wi-Fi. There's no service around here. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
got
yeah.
it. Kick his shoes off, sit on the couch.
Yep.
Like, first time you're in our new home, by the way.
He
Like,
was like, "Just
didn't
ignore
even show
me."
you around. I was just like,
That's a
nope,
man.
back
That's a
around.
man right there.
Hmm.
He's good at that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Something is biting
Yes.
me.
Oh no. But anyway, so I was like, we are spending a good chunk of time not in the cold next winter. And like I want to bring Rio
Yeah.
to the beach. I want to bring Rio particularly to Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
the beach. But anyway, so I like randomly was like looking at Airbnbs costs, and then you called me and was like, do you want to do a podcast? I was like, yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. Like, how's this gonna work? We're virtual, whatever. Still figuring it out. But I was like, yeah, we can do some in-person ones. It just like felt right. And then
Yeah.
also I ordered a microphone, and I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but like, it's not cheap. It's a nice
Yeah.
couple $100 there. But randomly, I was like, okay, let me just like see if I can return something from Rio's registry that we weren't using, get like $60 to put toward this. And then I see on the registry people had given money that we haven't like back in December that we hadn't like even seen or redeemed yet because I hadn't looked at the registry since then, and it was enough for the microphone plus all extra. So I was like, it's meant to be.
Meant to
Like
be.
just like little things that are pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can't just manifest, you actually have to like do things as well.
Yeah.
And I realize that I'm not
I
like
mean, we type B are not delusional. We just don't want to
exactly.
follow the straight line. I don't understand how to do that.
I don't
I
understand.
gotta do
Look at
this.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah,
I think also I'm a
that's
little
exactly
burnt
what I was
out
doing.
from like the very like goal driven life of like, okay, wake up, 5% better every single or 1% better every single day, like self-help book, I'm just like burnt out from it.
Yeah,
And like I realize the benefit of them, but too much of something can be a bad thing. Even if it's too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. And I think I'm burnt
yeah,
out from it. I'm like, no, like this was never aligned with me. I need to like figure out my own way of life
yeah.
and what works for me, you know? And that's what I'm doing.
I think like it almost annoys me how predictable like the stages of mindsets that you go through from like your 20s to like I'm assuming forevermore. But
Yeah.
like I just feel like I feel like I totally went through that too. I feel like I went through the whole like and then everyone's like 30s you just feel so much more settled. You just feel more like you know what you want and you're like you set yourself up to get it, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, "Yep, check, 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 check." Like the 20s, I like 23, like when I was working, I worked for Liz's dad for like 3 years out of college. And when I was working in there, I was just constantly listening to self-help podcasts and like with some I would say discernment, like not everything. I'm not listening to like I never got into Joe Rogan. I never got into like whatever the Diary of a CEO. Like
Yeah.
I didn't get into like that extreme kind of thing, but like I listened to Atomic Habits. Are you like
Great book.
r-
Love that book.
great
Like
book. Great
of
book.
all the self-help books, I
Mark
really enjoyed that one
Manson.
a lot.
Yeah, I agree cuz that one's straightforward. It's like this is a
Exactly.
system I use and it works
And there's no like
sometimes.
pressure behind it, you know? Like some of
Exactly.
them have like that, like, oh my God, I need to be doing this thing. Like Atomic Habits is like, no, like you can be doing this thing. And it's like a nice mindset shift.
Yeah,
And
like if you're having trouble with this, you could do this.
Mhm.
And if you do this, it'll probably do this.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And here's like
Yeah.
simple like little changes you can do in your life to help you do this that like are kind of easy.
Yeah, but you definitely I know what you're talking about where you're like there's just like this betterment fatigue where I'm like I
Mhm.
just don't need to be crazed all the time like moving forward. But I do feel like there's I don't know. I'm at a stage now, my stage is um where I do want some things and I don't know and I've figured out how to get them. I don't know, you just do it.
Yeah.
We're at the no more discerning kind of stage and we're just recording a podcast if you want to
Yeah.
record a podcast. I think the 30s you have just a little bit more money than you did. Not much, but a little bit. Enough to buy a microphone,
Yes.
fly home to New Jersey for Thanksgiving and hug your cousin while they cry on the porch. I do hope like I do have a dream for this podcast. For the many podcasts I hope to be a part of. I
Mhm.
do want to like I don't know. There's I feel like there's another phase where like I saw success as kind of like a bullshit thing that doesn't exist. Like not like I could never reach it, but like that's just like another lie. Like
Yeah.
success doesn't exist. You decide what you are at any given point. But now I'm like, okay, now I'm looking at this through like there's a podcast industry. And I understand that I can just be at the entry level of podcasting forever by just recording a podcast with my friend. No, not my friend, my cousin. And that can be that. Or there's just a different level where you can go and you can try and be successful. You can try and reach a different level of something. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm at a point where I'm like, all right, let's go get that next level of life
I like
of
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
I
any
think it's yeah,
however you
it's
want to get there, you can get
right.
there.
Right. Like you have the aspiration. And
Yeah.
I think what I've realized is in order to have that aspiration, dream, goal, dare I say, come
Dare I
true.
say.
It's more about like being yourself and like something that like resonates with you and then
Mhm.
committing to it 100%. Like I found that I was forcing myself to like commit to something so hard and give so much of myself to something that I didn't like resonate fully with. And I
Mm.
think that's where the burnt outness comes from. So like this whole
Yeah.
manifestation era that I'm in is more about finding things that resonate with me that I can then put my energy and effort towards.
Yeah. No, I
And I
love
think
that.
that's where success happens.
I love that. Clip that. Put that on the internet. Um, hell yeah. I'm very curious too how your mindset changes as you continue to be a parent and as
Mm,
your kid gets older and all that. Like I'm
yeah.
so like me and Liz, y'all don't know. Me and Liz are one mind and I rely on
That's all
her.
I'm gonna say here. What
I
are we?
rely on her to tell me about my future sometimes because how Liz parents, I assume, is going to be very similar to how I parent. Although, manifestation, red flag. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
No, now I should manifest. That actually is what that
Exactly.
means. I should really
Let's
just
get
start
ready to
manifesting.
convince you. Come on.
She would never leave me astray.
No.
Um,
We'll do an episode on the woo-woo things I've
I
seen, but
love it. Let's do
I
a
like
woo
better.
woo. We'll call it the woo woo episode.
Yeah, I have a lot of shout outs from my TikTok friends. I do
Amazing.
still use TikTok, so not as often, but I do still scroll. Come on now.
Should I download TikTok again? I deleted it when the what's his face bought it. I don't
It
even
was a
know.
good cause for you to delete it. I think
Okay.
only add it back in if it's gonna add to your life. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
well, I might have to re-download it to put clips up because
Oh,
we
true.
gotta put clips up.
Yeah, we absolutely have to. Okay, but speaking of this podcast,
Yeah.
name ideas.
Name ideas for the pod. I
Ooh,
also will say
I want to hear yours. You heard mine.
I
I can
do
share it
think
still, but what?
I do think it should be like something with Liz and Evie. And I do think Liz should go first because it sounds better with a vowel toward the end.
After. I
I'm so humble. I'll go second. I'll take the L.
I do agree with that. Also, if I were going by my full name, Elizabeth, that would alphabetically come first anyway.
Okay, damn. We have the same first letter.
I know.
Evelyn and Elizabeth.
Evelyn
Okay,
and
fuck you.
Elizabeth actually sounds better though.
So Evelyn and Elizabeth it is.
I'm down. I'll go by Elizabeth.
I'll go up. I mean, I honestly think that'll be fun. I think we should do that.
What, Evelyn and Elizabeth?
Yeah.
You know what?
Elizabeth and
It's
Evelyn.
like,
I don't
yeah,
give a shit.
let's go Evelyn and Elizabeth.
Okay.
And don't be confused when she calls me Liz or Lizzie
Or Triz.
or Triz.
We've
It's
been
enough.
together a long time.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
just
name
straight up.
ideas.
Yes. So my first idea was, what's the point? And it's just kind of like, I figured almost like similar to what we were talking about before, like goals. Like, what's the point of goals? Like, we're gonna chat
Yeah.
about that.
What's the point?
We can like try different things, like and like kind of like review, reassess with each other, and like what was the point of that? Even in
Yeah.
like gardening, like I tried cloth diapers. Love to talk about that.
Oh, sure.
Like random things, and it's like, okay, like what is the point?
Yeah.
So
I do like that one because I also feel like the name either your other option falls into a different category, but one of the categories of titles is like that's what you ask your guest if you have your guest. So like what's the point? That's what we would ask our guest at some point. Like what's something that you say what's the point to or whatever. I
yeah.
don't know how we would intro that, but or it's a name that means nothing until we make it mean something. Like your other suggested idea, which is Laughing House.
Yes, exactly.
Which I do love because that means we define what it is.
Right.
My idea was like I had one. It's not a good one, but it was around the idea of finding your passion. So I didn't really have a good name for that other than like
Well,
what dreams are made of. I don't even know, but I had
the dreams are made.
Hey Now. Could be Hey Now with Elizabeth and Evelyn. Evelyn and Elizabeth, whatever one we chose, I forget. And but I did have my other idea was don't tell my mom,
Oh, that's cute.
which is like we could talk. It could be anything, but like what's something you didn't tell your mom, or like I don't even know. It just kind of sets the overall theme is like what I'm about to say, don't tell my mom. And like, it's going to be funny. It's going to be a little risque. It's going to be whatever. It's not, but like, it might have been when we were in our 20s. Like, how many stories did we not tell our moms in Morristown when we lived together? How many crazy things do we do that we will not be talking about on this podcast? No one will ever know. But, you know, sometimes you go out and you dance and you don't drink too much, but you end up going to someone else's house and you play card games. And then you go home and then your Uber driver has an oxygen tank and he might not live till tomorrow, but he is driving you home.
But he did get us safely home.
He did get us safely home.
We literally just played cards.
Mom, we just played cards. And I mean that.
Period.
I didn't even kiss anybody.
I did get lifted up to Dirty Dancing also.
And that's how they got us. You pulled Dirty Dancing. I guess we're going home to play cards.
The bar.
I swear to God, we played like...
We locked eyes. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. Went for it. It honestly was magical.
It was. I was there.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. Most of those stories, we were there together. I remember that one time I went to that dude's house in Jersey City who I had met at the bar and like, you weren't there and it wasn't good.
And
well, that's because you weren't there and not a good time. Not a good time.
Yeah.
Down in Jersey. Get me cookies. Jersey.
Oh, Jersey. Yeah. So TBD on the name. I guess
TBD
it'll
on the name.
When this is out there.
I do feel like I like Laughing House the most because we don't have like our driving force really yet. You know what I mean? Like we don't have.
Let's do it.
But
no,
I feel like we have. Let's do it. Wait, no, I didn't mean that.
Okay.
No, I just mean like. But then, like, do we have to explain the name, or we just don't explain the name? If someone's like, "What is your podcast? Laughing House?"
Oh,
Connor says it reminds him of a clown, and I don't want to be reminding people of clowns, but also we'll make it what it is. So then,
yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of what other people would interpret it as.
Yeah, but I do think that's part of its strength. Because we would have to, like, people would immediately think of us if they actually listen or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, does that wrap up today?
I think so.
All right. Nice. First one. A little intro about ourselves.
Yeah. I feel...
Let us know if you liked it.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
5-star review. Por favor.
Those matter.
They do.
They do. High fives.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to learn how to not be moving the entire time.
I decided I didn't care. Is that bad?
Okay, cool. No.
Okay.
Me too.
Cool.
There's like this thing over my face. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
Yalla.